Hi everyone, welcome to What's Your Story? I am here with a beautiful inside and out chef extraordinaire, entrepreneur, mom, wife, sister, friend, cousin, not of me, but everything that I've seen on Instagram. So this is our welcome to Tekoah, Kler.
Hi guys, hi.
So I want to get started with talking about your journey to culinary school. What prompted you to go? What prompted you? What did you like about food and culinary in general that made you make that leap?
Well, I think I've always loved food. I'm the type of person, I love taking care of people, and I always did that through cooking. And so there was a time in my life I worked for Toyota, the recession hit, and I pretty much lost everything. My whole life just shifted at that point. And I was to the point where I'm like, I'm done. I'm done taking care of other people. I'm done worrying about other people. Like, I'm going to do something I've always wanted to do. So I enrolled in culinary school, and the goal was to move to Italy once I graduated and go there. But I met my husband now.
Okay, what year did you enter culinary school?
Culinary school? I want to say 2008.
Okay, where did you go?
I went to the Art Institute of Orange County.
And how long was the program?
It was 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I enrolled there and just fell in love with it, and I knew like that's what I wanted to do. Just drown in the culinary world. And then I started dating my husband, and I knew he bought us this house, and then I knew like I'm not going to be able to do what I really want to do in the culinary world. Mm-hmm. Starting a family and getting married, so I had to make a decision, and I ended up leaving the job at the current time and just staying home, and then we got married, started a family. But yeah, that was the main reason why I wanted to do culinary school. It's just I loved cooking and taking care of people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Being in the industry for a little while, in the food industry, mm-hmm. What did you like and what did you not like?
I loved it was like an adrenaline rush.
Yeah. It
was like this high to where it was just, you're not thinking about anything else.
Yeah.
And you hear that ticket machine and like, that's all you could think about.
There is no time for any kind of sadness or whatever might be going on. There's no time.
Nothing. And so, you're not checking your phone. You're not like, you're in the weeds just working. And I loved that. And I loved the prep. I loved getting everything ready. Oh. That's what a lot of people hate.
Yeah. That's good to do that.
But I loved it. I really loved like from the beginning to the end. And yeah, I loved service time.
Okay.
But
and the not so good?
The not so good, I hated that because I was a girl. I was a woman in the kitchen. I was usually the only woman majority of the time, like on the first couple of jobs, until I started working in like the bakery, and then there was more women there. Mm-hmm. But when you're working the line, you're not really, you're the only girl. So, and then I was super young too. So they're probably like, oh gosh, here's, so they didn't respect me the way I wish they did. So
before the Me Too. Not to make light, but yeah,
exactly. So, but then now but after like they saw like, oh, she's working, she's just not like this cute little girl who's like, she knows the chef who got her a job. Like they knew she's serious, she wants to work, so that was the bad part, but then I kind of got over it after.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food to make? When you have the time, when you have the resources.
I love Italian.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I love Italian. I love fresh pastas. I don't do it, but that's like that. And then I love baking, but I just feel like every time I'm always wanting to make that, and actually Asian food too.
Okay.
Yeah, but the Asian's so spread out, but yeah, I think I'm always going to like Asian flavors and Italian flavors, yeah.
And the pasta thing, making pasta is actually easy because there's not a lot of process or steps, at least from what I remember. but for some reason, just even thinking about it is daunting, or I want to do that, and I don't know why.
That's for a lot of people. They're like, oh my gosh, really? Like, I'll just go buy the pasta.
Yeah.
Like, why would you? But I think it's like the prep thing. I love seeing the dish from like the beginning to like it's, you know, all the ingredients to how it's going to be created at the end. So I think that's probably like why I would look at certain cookbooks or magazines, and I love the most like in-depth recipes that are people are just like, no. But I love just doing step by step. Yeah. Even if it took like 3 days to make the whole thing, like all the prep. It's like such a reward at the end.
There's got to be people like you, because then there'll only be people like me, and that would not be good. So
I love that.
All right, that's cool. Okay, so flash forward to today. You're married. You have 2 kids, and how old are they?
Sienna, my daughter's 4, and then my son Sean's 2.
Okay. Is there more in the future?
No,
possibly?
Factory's shut. I tied my tubes. I said I do not want an baby in my 40s. So we were just like, no, we're done. We got a girl, we got a boy. You know, we still want to travel and we still want to do a lot, and so we're like, we're good.
And you're an entrepreneur now, in the sense that you explain to me what the word is, or what I should say. So you are an entrepreneur because you are a consultant.
I'm a consultant,
for Rodan Fields.
Correct.
Okay. Tell me how you got into that. How did you first hear about them? And was that the same time that you hooked on, or was there a time in between you first hearing about it and then kind of, getting into it?
There was. I actually met a girl. I was in a wedding with her, and she was like, and people instantly thought, like, I had like 2 or 3 people approach me about the business before I even thought about it. And I'm like, they're crazy. No way. Like,
oh, they approached you to be a part of it. Okay.
And so, but I think they thought because, she was a car sales, like in the car business, that, she's going to be a natural at this. So I got that ugly feeling like, oh, I'm not going to be that salesperson. Like, and I wasn't even a salesperson. Like, I was a fleet manager. I gave everything away. So like, I'm not going to be that salesperson that they think I'm going to be. So the girl's like, you would kill it. You'd be so good. And she just approached me the wrong way. And I'm like, no. And I even went on a 3-way call with a girl. And I was just like, there's nothing that,
Didn't have a good feeling.
Nothing.
Moment. Yeah. Okay.
So fast forward to like a year and a half later, I just had my son. And, I was using good product at the time that I thought, like $200 night cream because it smelled like roses. I thought it was working, and after you have kids, your skin looks a mess. You look really tired. Yes. And I never had eyelashes. And so I saw a before and after picture of the new lash boost that was just released. So I messaged my friend who posted about it. And I said, hey, I want to try this. Is it legit? Does it really work? She's like, oh my gosh, you saw the picture. I'm like, okay. So I tried it. And I call lash boost like the gateway drug of Rodan Fields. Like once you try it, you're like, because it truly works.
Yeah. I've seen the before and after too.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it after. I'm seeing it after right now. I'm going, oh yeah.
Because even in the like I look back at pictures now, because you don't wear any makeup in the kitchen. I'm like, oh my God, my eyelashes. And then even I put in my eyebrows now too. I don't color my eyebrows in.
No, I mean, I'm just thinking back to the first day that I met you in the kitchen and you were all in chef gear. And I was just like, oh my God, she's gorgeous. Oh. So I don't know, your vision is totally different than my vision.
But still, like, you look back now, like, lashes, I truly feel like changes your appearance so much. Now that, like, I have them, I'm like, oh, what would I do without them?
Yeah.
It sounds so stupid.
Yeah. No, I did. Yeah, I'm so wondering how.
No, but you have them.
Yeah.
So, my husband just got home. So I tried the lash boost, and then I started sending my friend referral after referral because they're like, what are you using? Like, you didn't have lashes. And so my sister-in-law used to do my lash extensions.
Okay.
And she was even like, oh my gosh, I don't even recognize those things. I had bald spot like in the middle of my lashes, so it totally regrew everything.
From the extensions?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I sent her referrals, and she's like, Tekoah, you're already selling the product.
Mm.
And I'm like, no, like, I don't have time for it. I just had my son. You're like, I'm not going to do it. And she's like, okay. So I still, at that point, I didn't sign up.
Mm.
And then when I took my before picture, I realized I needed more than lashes. I realized I needed good skincare because I thought the stuff I was using was working and it wasn't. So I started using the skincare, and then my skin started changing. You know, people are like, you've always had good skincare. I'm good skin. But it's different. Like your hormones change, you get old, you get tired, you're dehydrated. So your skin really does change when you get older. You're not going to have skin of your 20s your entire life.
Yeah, no. Nope.
And that's what we hope and wish. But so that's pretty much the point to where I started thinking about the business, because I'm like, a lot of people are asking me about what am I using on my skin and my lashes, but I still didn't do it it took me a year.
Really?
To become a consultant.
Okay.
After using the products.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's not, I think the assumption is that it's like, oh, just join and you'll just make a ton of money.
Right.
Without really understanding the work involved. And where you're at now, because it seems like you're at a pretty high level, are you in a sense doing less work in a way, or less selling from when you started because you have more people under you? How does that work?
No. So I promoted pretty fast in the business. So there's different levels. So the goal when I signed up, I was like, I want to be level 5. I want to see who is at the top, and I'm going to do what they did, because if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And you know, there's different incentives and trips and prizes, and like those things got me excited. So I'm like, I want to earn those. So I promoted to the top 2% of the company in 4 months.
Wow.
And so that was my goal. I wrote it down in my 5-minute journal every day for a month. I'm the top 2% of the company, top 2, and I hit it. I hit it in 4 months.
How do you think?
So I think that, you know, a lot of people think, oh, I can sign up all these people and then I can just sit back and relax. But you're constant, it's a business.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to get out of it whatever you put into it.
Right.
And so I have a lot of people who think, I'm going to sign up, I'm going to do this, and then they realize, God, it's really hard, you know, because a lot of people judge you in this business, and a lot of people think like, oh God, here she is trying to sell skincare, but I think people now trust me because they see how passionate I am about it.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, I don't have time to go around and have like face washing parties on a Friday night, and try to lie to people when I have a family here. Like, I truly believe in the business. I truly believe in the product. But
you're putting the energy in because you believe.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm doing, now that I have a team, I feel it's a little bit more work, because you're not by yourself, and you kind of just have to lead by example as well, though, because you can't teach anybody motivation, and you can't teach anybody to, you know, the one thing that we always say is you have to know your why in this business, or else you're not going to go far. Like, because you have to hold on to that, because you're going to get a lot of no's. Yeah. You're going to get a lot of people who are like, oh, your friends and family are the last people to buy from you. It's always like the most random people, like from high school, like people I have not been in contact with, that reached out to me at the beginning and purchased from me.
Was that kind of what was told to you too? This is probably how it's going to go, and then you saw it happen, or you just? I
had no idea. But now, being in the business, you know, I tell my girls, because I just want them, I don't want them thinking, join up, it's super easy, you're going to do this. And people are like, you're so inspiring. Like, what do you do? I have people from other teams who reach out to me, and they're like, do you have any advice on like what I can do to, like, you know, promote the way you have and get where you're at? And I'm like, honestly, I don't even know what to tell people. I just, if you post about it, you know, and you believe in it, and you make it you. Yeah. And you share the product. That's pretty much what it is. I believe in it. I use it. I go to parties and people come and ask me about it because they see like, oh, she's always posting about it. Like I see the before and afters. They read my posts, so they know like, okay, then it makes them think, okay, well maybe I will try it because I trust Tekoah.
Yeah.
And then that's how it ends up.
So it sounds like you don't have to really reach out to people. I mean, other than posting things, it's not like you're having to go up to someone and go, hey.
You do.
Okay. Even now you do?
Now, because they'll say like in your network, my network's not tapped at all. Like I haven't reached out to a lot of people that I probably should because they say reach out to everybody who has skin.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I still get scared. That's the scary part is, because you want to talk to somebody and help them. Like I see people with their skin and I'm like, God, I just want to help them, but I don't want to be rude. And then being like, God, Tekoah just told me that I needed this regimen.
Right.
So I'll just talk to them about it, or like people ask me how, like if we're catching up, and I'll tell them what I'm doing, and then I always have samples on me and I'll give them samples and tell them, just give it a try. It's 60-day money back guarantee. You don't even have to worry. Like if you don't like the product, you can return it.
Yeah.
But I just really believe in it. I really love it. And I think when people see me, they're like, you look so good. I saw my husband's mom's best friend last weekend. And she's like, oh my God, you look so beautiful and glowing. She goes, because at your wedding, when you're supposed to look the most beautiful, right? She goes, you look so tired. And you look like you were just getting older. And I'm like, oh. And then one of his aunts before said, I thought you got work done.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I think when people see it, then they're like, oh, I want to try it. But then there's some people who are like, oh, you've always had pretty skin, so it's not. So there's going to be, you're never going to be able to get through to everybody in this business. But yeah, I do reach out to people. For me, like first, I think your like why changes and evolves throughout this whole business. I've been doing it for 16 months. And at first it was like, oh, okay, I want to earn the little gifts. I wanted this, And then girls started joining my team. And then I started thinking and hearing other stories and hearing other people's, how it's changed their lives. And it sounds so corny because the tagline is life-changing skincare. And I used to think like, you mean life-changing just because your skin?
Because you've never really had severe issues.
But it's life-changing in two ways, like with the skincare, because there's people with acne, acne scars, melasma, that, it's totally changed their self-confidence, and given them something to where like they don't have to wear makeup anymore. So that, but then changing people's circumstances and their life. So that's where now I'm at, to where I see how much this can change people's lives if they allow it to. Like people, I think anybody can do this business if they just know why they're doing it. Because if you have that why, if you know, okay, I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm tired of never seeing my husband. I'm tired of working 2 jobs. I want to stay home with my kids. Or as simple as I want a shoe fund. I want that money to where I don't have to like get in an argument with my husband because I bought this. Like I don't want to feel guilty. There's so many reasons, student loans. People who are really super successful still do it, and they give back. They're doing things in like Africa and stuff like that, doing foster homes, helping kids find other homes. So things like that. So when you find your why of why you want to do this business, the sky's the limit.
And people don't hear that part, at least me being on the outside. I don't hear those kinds of things. I don't know that people are out there doing that and giving back, and totally lost my train of thought thinking about all that, but it's like that. So that's when I see like life-changing skincare. That's how I see it. And I think it makes me dream bigger now, and it makes me want to share this business with everybody that I know, because I'm like, why wouldn't you want an extra paycheck? Why wouldn't you want a plan B? Like, why wouldn't you want something? Because you never know what could happen. You never know, like, you could lose your job tomorrow. And like,
yeah, we all have savings, and some of us don't have savings. But there's times where people are like, you know, my child's in the hospital, and thank God for this business that I didn't have to worry about not getting paid, because I'm still getting paid. With my skincare business, I can work on my cell phone from the hospital next to my child.
Right.
You know, so there's, I mean, it can be total extremes. But that's why I love this business, because I've seen it change so many lives, and I see that I want it to change so many other people's lives that I know.
Yeah.
You know, and so when I talk to them about it, that's where I'm just like, not like, girl, you'd be so good at this, you'd kill it. No, this could totally change your circumstances. This could change your life. This could add to your life. Like, I don't care. People say money doesn't buy happiness. It does. Like,
it kind of relieves a lot of stress, which could lead you to find more
less
happiness.
Arguments, less stress, you know, more time.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing, is that you can get your time back. Yeah. To where, whether, like I said, you know, being home with your kids and not missing those you know, opportunities at their first 5-6 years, you know, before they go to school. Yeah. And then even being able to go on vacation. I have a girl on my team. She's like, my goal, she's like, is just to be able to like pay for a trip for me and my husband. And things like that. It makes you feel good. Yeah. And it makes me feel good when I can do stuff like that. Like, you don't have to worry about it. Like, oh, okay, I have that. So that's the life-changing skincare part that I love, and I'm going to continue to share for like my entire life.
For as long as you have passion.
For as long as I do, and I see it. So that's where I feel like, you know, there's so many girls that on my team that I'm just like, you have to just think about that. And once you figure it out, then you're just going to be able to do whatever you need in this business. But your buy needs to be big. Yeah.
Give me an example, roughly, so that we can understand how many hours, if you had to compartmentalize, how many hours a week do you put into this to, you know?
Honestly, it's like that we say that you can work this business in like the nooks and crannies of your day. So when kids are taking a nap, you know, I'm now like doing stuff for my team, doing videos, or I'm like reaching out to people. So every day I'd maybe say like I'd maybe do like 3 hours a day. Okay. If that, some days I'll work more, like if I have an event, or, you know, if somebody's a new hire and I'm training them, but it's really, I mean, if you need to put time in it, but it's way less time than you would at a 9-to-5 job. Yeah. You know, and there's good perks, good benefits. Yeah. Well,
as I'm sitting here looking at your lashes, and I know I've seen the pictures and I've seen other people, and I mean, I admit it, I have a hard time too, just, you know, hitting the trigger when it comes to purchasing something.
Yeah, it's hard.
Of that, and I just started to get back into thinking about my skin again, and I've never really had skin issues either, but literally since the kids have come, it's gone from, oh my gosh, you look so young for your age, to does not happen anymore. Yeah. That just doesn't happen.
Just because we're tired.
Yeah, and even if I get that 9-hour sleep, which actually I do kind of a lot, thank God for Daniel, there's things that it's not going away, and
because it's stress, it's dehydration, and we're the last person we take care of in our lives. Yeah. If you think about it, majority of the moms, you know, we're worried about our kids, we're worried about our spouses, we're worried, like, self-care is so important for yourself, because when you're happy, like, it overpours into like everything else in your life. Yeah. So that's where girls will be like, God, I can't spend that money, I can't this, and I'm just like, you need to feel good about yourself. Yeah. Like, you need to take care of yourself, whether you buy skincare from me or not. Like, one, you should, because it's 60-day money back guarantee. Like, you kind of are trying out for free.
Become a no-brainer. Yeah.
It's a complete regimen. So you get a wash, a toner, an active ingredient, and an SPF.
You don't have to think about, I'm going to get this part and that part.
Yeah. And when you mix and choose from different brands, like, products can like counteract with each other. So you're not going to get the ultimate results. And that's another thing, is that the doctors, you know, the creators are proactive. They're still, I mean, we're like 5 years ahead in like their innovations. They're coming out with like 2 products a year. We're opening up in the country every year. You know, we're only in 3, but they want to be in 180 countries, like Proactive was. Wow. So the growth of this business is so early, which we're the #1 skincare already. in North America. We're the fastest growing skincare company. We're $1 billion brand. It took Starbucks, I think, 25 years to become $1 billion brand. It took us 10.
Wow.
So it's a great company, and the doctors are still involved, and they're like one of the most world-renowned dermatologists. And so it's like, it's not two ladies in the garage who created like this skincare.
Yeah.
There's a method behind it, and it's a
There's
multi-med
science
therapy.
behind it.
It's all clinically proven.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like kind of cutting the line of their 2-year waiting list of seeing them to where you just purchase through one of your friends. And that's the thing, to where people are like, oh, it's my friend, she's trying to sell product to me and this, you know, because I've had a friend tell me that. I just hate how like people are trying to like rip off their friends. I'm like, but why is it so easy for them to buy from like Kim Kardashian?
Yeah.
Or like, why can't you support your friend? Like, it's sort of like you recommend a restaurant.
Right.
Or you and people take your recommendation.
Right.
Like,
right.
oh my God, I just had the best hamburger.
They trust you. They know
They
you.
trust you.
They know that it's not because you just know the owner and the restaurant actually really sucks, but you're just trying to get people like.
And they try it,
true.
right?
Yeah.
So it's sort of it's the same thing with our product, to where we're so excited about it, we love it, and we share it with our friends. But then in some way, they just take it in the wrong way. But it's like, no, I'm just sharing, like, I love everything else. Like, you share with me as well, like, what you love. So, but a lot of people can't get over that. I think it's because they think of, like, pyramid schemes, which are illegal.
Yeah.
You know, our product's consumable product. You know, it's not like you're going to buy it and then never use it again. I mean, you're going to constantly use it.
Yeah.
But I just feel that if you... I forgot where I was going with this, but with like with your friends, just.
What I was gonna say too is that there's some things that I've been looking at. Like I was having a moment of actually boredom, and I was looking into positive psychology in different areas, and what I'm hearing from you too, which is what I was learning from there, is there's nothing wrong with pursuing happiness and whatever happiness is, because ultimately it also benefits everyone around you, which then benefits people around you. So it's not necessarily a selfish thing, and it's not, you could only be doing good with your surroundings and in your community and family and friends, because when you feel good, you put that out.
Oh yeah,
to
that
other
good energy.
people.
Like they say, like your vibe attracts your tribe.
Yeah.
And it totally does. Like, you need to think about, and I think that's why too, that a lot of people have joined my team, is because they get excited, you know, and they feel that passion, they feel that excitement. They're like, I want to be a part of that. And that's what the whole community of Rodan Fields is for me. You know, I didn't think that I needed the business for, like, I didn't realize how much I needed it until I was in it.
Okay.
Because of the community.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have friends, but I don't hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
You know, we talk, we text, whatever. But this has brought me, like, so many girlfriends and, like, really genuine, amazing people. And I thought, I would never meet this. So the community is something that I will be like, in the empowerment, to be able to be in a group of women who want to truly see you succeed,
right? And
like aren't going to try to bash you and pull you down, and they're trying to beat you. Like, no, we can. The best part is, like, there's room for everybody at the top.
Okay.
To where we all just like push each other. I mean, on our social media platforms, just when somebody joins or when somebody has a promotion or when somebody like, everybody's genuinely true, like cheering each other on. And that's what I love, and I think that's what that whole vibe and community is, to where we all have that same, you know, we want everyone to be happy and flourish in this business. So you're not doing it alone, and that's what I really, really like.
That's awesome. Oh, good. That kind of clears up a lot.
Yeah, no, there's.
I'm getting closer and closer to purchasing, only not because of the story, but because I like I said, I'm on the road to wanting to have, you know, better skin and stuff like that, and I want it to be easy, and I trust you. I mean, I know we only worked for a brief amount of time, but I trust you, and I see, you know, that it's working for you.
Yeah.
So
No, it's a great. I mean, and that's, like I said, like, all I can say is, I love it. I truly believe in it. It's a great product. And there's so much more to it than the business, you know, and I just wish that a lot of people would listen to their, whether you know someone who sells it or doesn't, and you listen to me. Like, it's really a skincare tool where once you use, people are like, one girl just washed her face at a party last week, and she's like, I've had blackheads on my nose for like the past 10 years. She said, this has been around for the past 10 years. Like, I could have been using this.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, yeah, then one face wash, like her nose like totally cleared up. And I know. And so people are like, oh, the pictures are photoshopped, or oh, I don't believe the lighting's different. This. Right. And I get it. There are people who have before and after pictures. The lighting's bad. And I'm like, I can't post that one. But I know the products work. I've seen it change so many family members' skin. Lash Boost also helps bald spots. I've had so many people put it like on, you know, moms who lose their hair.
Yeah.
I had one girl on my team, she's same thing, like she was having to do like a comb over. And so she's now, all her hair's back. A lot of family members use it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Men are putting it on their mustaches. Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
They need to start making buckets of it. Seriously, because it's a small little tube.
Just put my head in it and just go like, I'm just swimming in the Lash Boost.
Yeah. But no, it's a product I feel everybody needs to try if they're looking for good skincare, because, you know, if you look under your sink, how many half-empty bottles do you have?
Okay, well, yeah, I'm kind of a minimalist.
Okay,
and I just check.
but majority
most
of
people,
us, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And we are constantly looking for that product that's going to work. Yeah. And so we find something and then, oh, we're impatient, or it's not working, or it gets too expensive. But with our products, it lasts at least 2.5 to 3 months. It's empty bottle money back guarantee. So it's like, you know, even if it doesn't work, you can get your money back and it's not going to sit under your sink. Yeah. You know, and it's just like you could go to a dermatologist. It's not guaranteed it's going to work. You're not going to get your money back. Yeah. You know, this is created by two dermatologists. You can get your money back. If you go to Target, same thing. You know, you buy a mask that's $250. If you use it for 60 days, you're spending like $300. Yeah, yeah. You know, for one mask, not a wash, not a toner, not the like you regimen. Need to be consistent with anything that you use. Yeah. And that's where, you know, people will be like, it's so expensive, but when you break it down, it's really not. Yeah. Because you get a complete regimen. You don't need to use anything else with the product. Okay.
Well, I'll have Tekoah's information if anyone is interested or has questions. Yeah. All right. Well, getting back to life. What is your proudest moment in your life this far? One of your proudest moments. I know. Too many.
I don't even know. You know, I think like professionally, I feel that like with Toyota, I feel like things are repeating themselves with Rodan Fields. Like I was the youngest person in Toyota to become like top sales, like top 25 in like the nation. And I was like number 9 in the nation. And just like fast growth. And I think that was always like my time. I was like, God, I was really proud of that. Like I really, you know, succeeded really fast and young. And then now with Rodan Fields, it's really exciting to know that like whatever you put in, like you could really succeed, and you can. And for me to hit the business, the 2% of the business in 4 months, that was a big thing to me. Mm-hmm. And I'm really competitive with myself, so I'm always trying to like, what can I do?
What's your sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay. That's the bull. No, that's the Taurus. Okay.
Yeah. So I would say just my proudest moment, if I put my mind to it, if I really like, I usually get what I want because I push myself so hard. Okay. I think. I mean,
going back to high school and senior year, Tekoah. What was the vision of what am I going to be when I, you know, how does it differ, or how is it the same to where you are right now?
I wanted to be a news reporter.
No way.
I totally wanted to be a news reporter. My dad was a cameraman for the news for a long time.
Oh.
And so I'd go to work with him during the summer. And I just knew, like, I wanted it when I was younger. I wanted to be on TV and I wanted to act. But then once I started taking classes in college and I wrote one paper and this teacher, like, bashed me saying, like, I need a journal instead of, like, writing. Like, I just wrote too much, like, I guess I just had too much to write about.
Really? Okay.
And I dropped out of school.
Okay.
And it's so sad that, like, one person can, like, totally steer you away from something that you thought you were supposed to do. Like,
Yeah.
that was I totally saw myself as a news reporter. And I'm like, my middle name's Wind, Tekoah Wind. Like, how perfect would that be? I could even do weather. Or
yeah,
something.
like, did you want to be the weather? I don't want to say weather girl. I want to say weather person.
A weather person.
But what's interesting, too, is even just what you've told me in these past, I don't know how many minutes, I feel like what I'm gathering about your personality is if that was the road, even if it seemed like that was the road you wanted to go down, if it truly, truly was the road, I think you would have been like, screw that. I'm going to make this happen.
True.
I bet.
I think so. I think the older I've gotten,
Oh, okay.
I've gotten more confident in myself. And this business has given me so much more confidence. Like, it's really helped me to believe in myself to where I'm like, oh, I don't care.
This.
I don't care what anybody says. Like, I'm going to do it. It's helped me, like, push out of my comfort zone in so many ways. And so that's where I think I've evolved, because I think I was really insecure, always worried, always saying sorry, or always, you know, coming from a family of 9, being like the baby girl and being like, my brothers and sisters always telling me, like, you're annoying, shut up. You know, I was a tattletale.
Well, what else could you do? You know, you gotta, like, stand out some way as the last of 9 and then being a baby, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think the older I've gone, but that just wasn't my path. That just wasn't, you know. Yeah. It's so crazy how everything has unfolded to this, because I tell people, like, how the heck has, like, skincare, like, been, like, how has this, like, changed my life? Like, how is this really what I'm doing? Like, I would, if somebody would have told me this, like, when I graduated high school, I'd be like, like, what are you even talking about? You know, I mean, I've always liked taking care of myself and skincare, but I never thought anything like this would.
That's really cool. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for
You're welcome.
Talking to me and being vulnerable and willing to share part of your story. And I will put Tekoah's information up should anyone have any questions or want to purchase
Thank
anything.
you for asking, because it's so hard that a lot of people don't want to ask, and people just bypass the posts or bypass, you know, the messages if their friends have reached out to them because they're thinking, oh, great. Like, it's good to know that there's more to it. It's not just somebody's trying to make a quick buck off of you.
Yeah.
It's somebody wants to either help you with your skincare, or somebody wants to help you with your, you know, your lifestyle or your life. Like, it can really change those two things dramatically if you allow it to.
And that's what I want people to know is the truth behind just the before and after posts and whatever. And this is, you know, this is true, and you're a true person. And
and the reason why we post, it's like ads. Do you get annoyed when you see Pepsi ads on your phone or this? No, it's, we have to show people, like, we're open for business every single day. Yeah. And so I want my friends and family to, when they're ready to try the product, I want them to think of me, because they know, like, that's Tekoah's business. They know she believes in this product. I'm going to buy from her because that's what she does every day. So that's why your friends post every day. That's why your friends, you know, reach out to you, because they're working their business like you work your business for somebody else or for yourself.
Yep. We might just not be able to post it all on Instagram. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Tekoah.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Till next time.
Bye, guys.